Satire in Brave New World by Nina Hollis. In Brave New World, Huxley satirizes the idea that the use of drugs and entertainment, mind control, and ignorance will create freedom when it actually only creates an illusion of freedom. His reform is to encourage intelligence and individuality for everyone, so that real freedom can be attained. A mental excess had produced in Helmholtz Watson effects very similar to those which in Bernard Marx were the result of a physical defect. What the two men shared was the knowledge that they were individuals. Part of the freedom that people in Brave New World experience is freedom from the struggles of fitting in. Members of all 5 castes are taught to love themselves and dislike or disapprove of relationships with the other caste. As a result, they always fit into their group because everyone in the group is the same. The mental excess that Helmholtz and Bernard experience is preventing them from fitting into their caste. They are being disillusioned to the fact that the freedom from trying to fit in is just a result of ignorance and mind control that is disguised as real freedom. Bernard is an illusion for Claude Bernard, who is known as one of the greatest scientists in history. They both have an excess of intelligence that is not normal for common people. Huxley uses an illusion of Claude Bernard to compare his and Bernard Marx's unusually high levels of intelligence, and also to compare the professions that they are in as a result of their high levels of intelligence. A gram is better than a dam. This phrase is a hypnopathic phrase that was ingrained into everybody's memories and conscience since they were children. They were taught that Soma would solve all of their problems, and so Soma is the only solution to problems in everyday life. So basically, the citizens of this society are conditioned to always rely on drugs whenever they experience any emotional or physical discomfort and hardship. They used mind control to influence these people to use drugs as a way of making themselves feel better. Soma represents freedom. Freedom from pain, freedom from emotional hardship, freedom from all unpleasant feelings. However, taking a drug such as Soma does not make a problem go away. It only suppresses it, and when that drug wears off, the problems are still there. Huxley uses Soma to represent a state of freedom that is false, but that also will successfully eliminate a person's ability and desire to attain real freedom. Because if they happen to discover what real freedom is and try to attain it, they may think twice when they realize that they have to deal with their problems instead of suppressing and ignoring them. Such a nice-looking boy and a really beautiful body. This dialogue is the first and essentially only thing that Lenina notices about John. Regardless of how different and interesting he is, her focus is only on his appearance and sexuality. Furthermore, she doesn't understand why he doesn't want to sleep with her. A similar thing took place when Bernard commented to her that he wished they had waited before sleeping together. When he says this, she thinks that it's because she is too fat, not having any idea that his actual reason for wishing this is that he actually cares about her and desires more from her than sex. This ignorance to feelings other than sensuality is a result of the society's glorification of sex and intolerance of love through the use of mind control. Huxley's depiction and satirization of the ubiquity of entertainment, emotionless sex, and instant gratification is represented almost solely by Lenina. Huxley uses Lenina as a symbol of the overall mentality of this society in regard to sex and relationships. She symbolizes emotionless sex, instant gratification, and a sole focus on entertainment. Lenina's last name, Crown, is a historical allusion to John Crown, whose dramas and writings focus on sensuality and romance. Community, identity, stability. The community part of this slogan represents the idea that everyone must work together in a society in order to reach and maintain the maximum level of happiness for all. This is achieved by using the ignorance of the people, which results from mind control, to make them believe that they all have a personal identity, when in all actuality their identity is predecided and controlled by outside forces. This is Karl Marx. Huxley uses an allusion of Karl Marx's socialism to compare the community aspects of Brave New World to the aspects of socialism. Karl Marx's idea of socialism is an economical system in which the work and earnings of every individual will always benefit the whole and not just that individual, and the ones who can't contribute to society will have the same as the ones who do contribute. Although the living conditions of alphas and epsilons are not equal, there is no social class in poverty, because the government controls the wealth of everyone and distributes all of the wealth. Everyone works for everyone else. We can't do without anyone. Even epsilons are useful. We couldn't do without epsilons. Everyone works for everyone else. We can't do without anyone. This is another quote from Brave New World that is an example of mind control and ignorance used in this society. Because everyone in the society is controlled in their thinking, which leads to control of their actions, they literally are incapable of understanding anything other than what their community leaders have told them. Therefore, everyone in the book is ignorant to everything, except the few who were the result of defects. If they are ignorant to how they should and could be living, no one will ever be nonconforming, and the society will be free of resistance and problems. Huxley uses the hypnopaetic phrases to satirize how societies can keep their citizens ignorant by controlling what they think and the way they act, therefore not giving them the capacity to learn the truth. Notice that the only reason why Helmholtz and Bernard have the ability or capacity to feel and understand real human emotion is because they are defective in their amount of intelligence. Huxley uses satire to expose his disapproval of the use of false, incomplete, or selective information as a way to control the thoughts and actions of people, therefore inevitably forcing ignorance onto everyone. Other historical allusions in Brave New World include Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. He was the founder and president of Turkey. He was a historical allusion to Mustafa Kemal because Mustafa Kemal is a controller and leader of the world in Brave New World. The second one is Alfred Mann. Alfred Mann became convinced of the need for organization and research, and he was an advocate of industrial rationalization and amalgamation, which is unity between two businesses. He championed close cooperation between employers and the labor force. Mustafa Mann is a controller, meaning that he advocates and enforces control and organization over the inhabitants. He also is a former physicist, meaning that he values research, just like Alfred Mann. The social system in Brave New World is that everyone works together to help the community run smoother, and Alfred Mann supported organization and unity between businesses and consumers.